Hey, how's it going? This is Justin Gilman with Quantum Leads, and today I'll be walking you through your digital marketing attack plan to show you how you can turn your website into a lead generation machine and really generate some revenue for your business month over month. Now, if you take a look at the top here, we're looking at Roofing Tampa, which generates about 1,600 searches every single month. Now, obviously, there's a lot more searches out there when you factor in terms like roof installation, roof repair, roofing near me. But for the sake of this video, we're just going to be focusing on these 1,600 searches and showing you how you could turn them into revenue for your business. So let's start off by taking a look at your website. So here we are on your website, and I think you have a very visually aesthetic website. However, from an SEO perspective, there's a lot of things that we can improve if we want people to be able to find our website organically on search engines. Now, let's talk about internal SEO first, because that's going to help us lay our foundation, because internal SEO is essentially all the things that we can do from within our website to help our search appearance. Now, normally you're going to hear things like title tags, heading tags, local business schema, and while those are all very important, for the sake of this video, we're just going to be focusing on the two most important aspects, which are content and keywords. Now, let's start off with content. Why is content so important? Well, content is very important because it gives users something to engage with. And when a user has something to engage with, they tend to have what is called a positive user experience and are more likely to come back to your website in the future or to use Google for future searches. So it makes sense that Google would promote a website that's very content full, as it's a win-win situation for them in the long run. Now, I normally recommend about 750 to 1,000 words on any given page, and obviously you can increase that as you'd like, but 750 to 1,000 is the bare minimum of what you'll need to have a contentful site while still not taking away from that visual aesthetic. So definitely something I think about. I know you're probably thinking, well, Justin, why don't I just throw up a website with 5,000 words and call it a day? And while that sounds like a good idea, the reason it doesn't work is because we need to make sure that our content is relevant. We don't want to rank for landscaping terms. We don't want to rank for AC terms. We want to rank for roofing terms. And the way we're going to do that is with relevant content, otherwise known as keywords. Now, keywords are the most used words or phrases on a website. And based on these keywords, we are going to tell Google information about our business. Normally, I like to tell people with our keywords, we want to answer the three main questions for Google, which are what industry are we in? Where do we work? And lastly, who are we, or what is our brand? So let's take a look at your keywords and see if they answer those integral questions for Google. So here we are on keywords everywhere. And if we scroll down, we're going to take a look at your top 5 or 6 keywords. Now, normally in the 1 and 2 spot, I recommend industry specific keywords. Roofing being number 1 is perfect. And now number 2, I recommend some sort of complement to that first keyword. So if you have roofing number 1, you could put something like installation, you could put something like repair, or let's say you do more residential jobs, and you might want to put a keyword like home to complement that first keyword. So we might want to move our brand a little bit further down. Now, in the number 3 and 4 spot, I always recommend putting our location. Our location is very important as far as keywords go because that's going to tell Google not only where we do business, but it's also going to help them drive local traffic to our business. So, definitely super important that we put our location within our top 5 keywords. I recommend your city at number 3 and your state at number 4. And then number 5 and 6 is where we're going to put that brand. Now, we're going to put our brand in our top 5 or 6 keywords. That way, customers can find us by looking up our business name. Because not all the time are we going to find somebody looking for roofing services in Tampa. Sometimes they will look up our direct business name, and we want to make sure that we appear. So definitely want to put that brand in there at 5 and 6. Now, just a quick recap because we went through it a little fast. 1 and 2, industry specific keywords. Number 3 and 4, location based keywords. And number 5 and 6, we want our branding keywords. Let's take a look at one of your competitors and see what they're doing as far as content and keywords go. Tampa Roofing, they rank on the first page organically for roofing services in Tampa, and obviously their exact match domain helps them, but I wouldn't be too worried because it's very easy to outrank an exact match domain if we go in and spend the time to do quality SEO, both internally and externally. So let's break down their internal SEO here. They don't have a lot of content. It's really just this main paragraph here. But we can always go in and further optimize our content and really build out our page to push that margin a little bit more. Because right now we have more content than them. However, like I said, we really want to push that margin to really emphasize to Google that we are better as a website. Now, let's take a look at their keywords to see how relevant this content is, though, because oftentimes people are able to hide keywords in images or other ways. So let's take a look at their keywords. back to keywords everywhere. And if we scroll down, here we have their top keywords. We have roofing, Tampa, system. So you'll see that they have a little bit different of a list than you do. Obviously, like I said, they prioritize roofing at number one. And then you'll notice number two, something really big here is that location-based keyword. Obviously, I recommended it at number three, but you see the importance here that they were willing to put it at number two, because they really wanted to emphasize that local traffic. So definitely something to think about. Like I said, location-based keywords are really big if we want to tell Google where we do business and have them drive traffic to us. Now, after that, it starts to get a little bit different. You have systems, Tampa Roofing Company, roofing company. So ultimately, use this as kind of a guide for your keywords. I would mix it with the suggestions that I gave you to create the strongest keywords list possible. However, it's really up to you to mix and match these things and even do some more research on your own. But like I said, I think this gives you a good general overview of keywords. But let's go back to your website and talk about external search engine optimization. So now we're talking about external SEO, which is essentially everything that we can do away from your website to increase your search appearance. Now, in this case, we'll be talking about backlinking, which is very simple, at face value, just a link from one website to another. However, from an SEO perspective, a lot more is going on. What that is doing is it's essentially acting as a reference to Google saying, hey, I trust the information that comes from this website, or I trust the business that this website is representing. So, a lot of value in getting quality backlinks. But we really have to focus on the quality of our backlinks. Make sure that you key in on the word quality, because just like how we can tell Google that we are a quality website with quality backlinks, we can also tell Google that we are a harmful or spammy website with backlinks that are also harmful or spammy. To give you an example that I see all the time, people go on Fiverr, they purchase $50 worth of backlinks, they get 10,000 backlinks, and their site almost immediately crashes 50 spots. And now that's no mistake, because what you have bought is essentially 10,000 references to Google saying that you are also a bad or harmful website. So definitely something to think about. Like I said, a fine tightrope. We really want to focus on the quality of our links. So let's go to a tool I have called Ahrefs and take a look at your current backlink structure. So here we are in Ahrefs, and you'll see your website generates a 28 UR, an 8 DR, generates about 270 organic users per month, and has a traffic value of about $680. But let's dive deeper into these metrics and kind of understand what they mean. So UR stands for URL rating, and what that is the power given to a singular page. So in this case, we are just talking about your homepage. Whereas DR, on the other hand, stands for domain rating, and what that is the power that goes through your entire website. So not just your homepage anymore, all your service pages, your other location pages, your About Us page, all those pages are summarized in DR. Now, we want to create the strongest ranking strategy possible. So we want to focus on both UR and DR, as well as mixing that with our internal SEO structure. And that's going to really give us the best results possible. But let's talk about this traffic value stat for a second. Now, traffic value is a measure of the level of buyer intent each user has based on the keyword that they come from. For instance, somebody coming from roofs doesn't offer as much buyer intent as somebody coming from roof repair or roof installation. And the reason being is that somebody looking for roofs could be looking for a picture of a roof, maybe an article about roofs. We don't really know what they're looking for. Whereas somebody looking for roof installation or roof repair, 9 times out of 10 is looking to purchase a service or is looking for a local service to get more information. So they're going to carry a lot more buyer intent. And based on where all these users come from, that is going to determine our buyer intent or our traffic value stat. So just an idea before we go on to look at your competition. But let's take a look at your competition and see what type of metrics they're generating. So here we have Tampa Roofing again with a 27 UR, a 3.1 DR, generates about 330 organic users per month, and about $4,000 worth of traffic value. So you see in this, that they don't have as strong of a website as you do, or you guys are very similar in strength. However, they are able to generate a lot more value because they're mixing their internal with their external, whereas your website is being more one-sided, and it's really just focused on the external side of things. However, let's bump it up a notch and take a look at the number one organically ranking company in your area and see what they're doing as far as external SEO goes. And that would be Westfall Roofing. And if we take a look, they have a 33 UR, a 23 DR, generates them about 4,000 users per month, and a traffic value of almost $31,000 month over month. So this is the end game or the possibility if we combine our SEO structure both internally and externally and really optimize them to create the strongest SEO strategy possible, this business could essentially be yours, and you could generate, upwards of 30,000, if not more, traffic value. So a lot of potential here, but let's go to the Google Map Pack and talk about that for a second. So we're back to the search engine results page, and if we scroll down, what we've been talking about is down here in the organic search results. But if we scroll back up, we have this map pack here, and this is called the Google Map Pack, and it's super important because essentially it gives you a second place that you can win on Google. Because if you win down below and you win up top, you essentially guarantee that 1,600 people see your business every single month. So a lot of potential here. But to get into the map pack, we first have to verify our business via postcard with Google. And to rank in the map pack, we have to adhere to the different factors that they're looking for. Number one, they are looking for that you filled out that form to 100%. The reason I say 100% is because the more information you give them, the more reputable your business looks. Number two, they look for a strong organic rank, which is why SEO is so important, because not only does it influence down below, it also has influence over the map pack. And number three, what they're looking for is citations. Now, citations are all the different places your business's name, address, and phone number are listed online. Some popular citations are things like Yelp, the Yellow Pages, Yellow Books. All those are different citations you can get for your business, and they all help with the Google My Business profile. So definitely something we want to do. Let's take a look at how many citations each of these companies has and determine how many you'll need on top of all the other factors we talked about before. So here we are in a tool I use called Whitespark, and you'll see we have Stay Dry Roofing with 47 citations, Quality Roofing Inc. with 62, and Rainer Roofing LLC with 35. Now, I normally like to recommend that you double the biggest number in here. So if it's 62, you're going to need 124 citations to really go in and compete with these businesses on top of a strong internal and external SEO structure. So, like I said, a lot of potential if you do everything in this video. Once again, I hope this video was very helpful. My name is Justin Gilman with Quantum Leads. I'd love to set up a meeting with you guys to talk about anything not mentioned in this video because we didn't have a lot of time, or to talk about any questions or concerns that you had about this video. So please feel free to set up a meeting after this video. But once again, I hope this was educational, and thanks for watching.